Behind the Shades.
I bought silk sheets.
Come on now. You about to speak on it. I already know. Please. I already
I
know.
went for I went from was it polyester? Whatever the regular Walmart sheets are, right? With a
Right.
2 thread count.
Mm-hmm.
I had silk sheets, and the first time I bought it was the first time I started sleeping naked.
Yes. See? Right?
When I laid on those red silk sheets, I didn't want to leave my bed for days.
Yes. See how that made you feel? Like it just took you right back, you know what I'm saying? To the way that bed felt. Right?
I was I was loving it. And then I realized it's more, it's I don't want to say it's like theater,
Yeah.
but you can make a production out of your bedroom if you really wanted to.
Yes. Yes. And I love to hear that from a man say that because a
Mhm.
lot of times, men may be, okay, that's what she do. She do that cute little stuff and aromatherapy and candles and stuff. But men can totally embrace that too. It's a very, very good feeling. Yeah. Like you said, I love that. Make a whole production, out of it. It's very enjoyable. Yeah.
It is. And I took it for granted a little bit because, like you were saying, maybe like there's a lot of men that think, okay, that's her. So when I go over to her place, that's going to be her setup.
Yeah.
But I started to enjoy it. I started to love it.
Hmm.
And I remember I made a joke to someone. I was like, don't mess up my sheets now.
You say that love. I like to have
I was
fun,
like,
but don't mess up them cheeks.
yeah. So I got to get like a blanket just to make sure already nonsense I was going on there. But do you find in your dealings that that's more something that women do versus the men, or is it that the person that does do that, they're connected in that bedroom area a lot more than the people who don't?
Yes, definitely good questions. I would definitely say yes. I see more women embracing that. And that's just because, again, society teaches women that it's okay to do all the frilly things, right? And everyone gives us a pass for that. Whereas like, men, you rough, tough, you all do these things and you're not supposed to care about that. And so I do see it a lot more, with women. And then also what you were mentioning too, I do see like when you are connecting with yourself like that and you value and that's a priority in your life to really kind of be in touch with yourself through the senses. Oh, yes, you have a lot more enjoyable sexual experiences because you're in tune and you're in the present moment. And so, like, and when I say being in the present moment, when you're actually engaging in sexual activity, you're focused on not just what I got to do tomorrow, or what happened earlier today. You're like paying attention to the sounds, that you both are making. You're paying attention to the sense of touch. Like, I like the way that feels. You're paying attention to the smells, the natural aroma of being a human being, just I have this joke. My sister and I will say, like, when something smells like man, you're like, that's sexy. When you smell like man, you're like, oh, that's a man smell, what I mean? And that could be a turn on. That's what we call like our pheromones. So like when you're paying attention to those things, yeah, you can have definitely more enjoyable sexual experiences because that's what it's all about. It's about really being there in the present moment with that person and enjoying what they naturally bring in that bedroom, whatever that might be. So yes, I would definitely say if you're setting the stage like that in your room, you're on the right track.
What are some of the ways that we can maybe communicate that we want that to our partner by saying, hey, I enjoy this, but I'm a little shy and I don't know how to
Mhm.
tell you about it, but you still need that conversation because if they don't know, they won't ever grasp it, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I always suggest if you're already kind of shy, or a little bit more reserved in that area, start having that conversation prior to being involved in the act. That could really kind of throw off the mood a little bit if you're trying to talk about it then and you don't really know how to express yourself, and another person thinks like, "Am I doing something wrong?" Now it's this awkwardness of the whole thing, and so starting it off soon, like, just like even in conversation on a date, an outing, and be playful about it, like something happened to me the other day, or I was put like lying on the bed, like you were saying, with these sheets, and oh, felt so good. I kind of recognized that I like that sense of touch, and so I noticed that I like this when I'm having sex or during foreplay. I like the way that feels, and I want to know what feels good to you. Always bring it back to that other person too. Don't go into it just about what you want, because it's an even exchange. Not only do I want to experience pleasure, but I want to give pleasure. And what I've noticed is that when you're excited about giving pleasure, you know how to receive it as well. And so sometimes people have a hard time talking about it, because sometimes they don't even know how to give it to themselves and to others. And so it's good to kind of start that conversation off in a very non-threatening type of setting, where you're not in a position where I have to perform, or we're here and we're trying to get off and do all of the things. Start that early, when you all are just, having some coffee. Make it fun, make it light, and try not to put so much pressure, on yourself, because it's supposed to be enjoyable. It's supposed to be fun, not stressful.
You're right. There's some times where you're just like, oh man, it's a job to do this, right?
The brothers be trying, they be putting in work. Like, I'm trying to, especially if it's your first couple of times, you're like, I'm trying to lay it down so she understands to come back. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a lot of pressure, that I think more so men tend to put on themselves in that situation more than women. I think, again, societal norms has kind of taught women to not really express and to sit back and to just receive. Whereas, men are supposed to just have it together, come in there, perform, make her come 1,000 times over. Can I say that on the pocket?
Of course, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. But anyway, yeah. But it's just that pressure of like, okay, I have to be this stallion. In the bedroom. When if you're really just in tune with someone, you'll know what to do anyway, because you'll be paying attention through your senses. You'll be paying attention to how they respond to you. So that will tell you what the next step should be based off the movement, the sounds, even the sense, that's coming from a person. But really being in tune kind of teaches you that, And so again, see, this kind of stuff they don't teach in sex ed with kids, do they? No, they just say, this your body parts, don't do it, or wear a condom, and they send you on your way. But they really should teach people about really being engaged, because that's what makes for more of an enjoyable experience.